lot of shit.
A lot.
I give him a lot of shit, but the difference between me giving him a lot of shit and the way he gives LeBron a lot of shit is that I respect Steph Curry.
Oh, here we go. So bullshit. Stop. I give LeBron respect.
I respect
Steph
Steph
Curry. All
Curry.
the time I respect the man. I hate his fucking fans, though. I can't stand his fans. Ashy knee, nut hugging motherfuckers. I can't stand y'all.
Call them ashy knee, nut hugging.
You know what's funny, man? I mean,
Yerrr. Yerrr.
Yerrr.
Wee wee.
This motherfucker. Yerrr.
Yerrr. This guy. Welcome back to the Yerrr Sports Show. It's your boy Big Baby. To my left.
The soul of R&B.
No, I'm not the soul of R&B anymore. Y'all remember y'all stripped me my title.
Soul
well,
of
you
R&B.
said it wasn't you. So, I mean.
Yeah. So, to my left, we have, please introduce yourself.
What up, everybody? It's your boy.
Your left, my left,
Oh,
my left.
Oh, your
Mother
left is over there.
left.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he got the my fault.
Hey, yo, he
you
came
don't know
out the
left from
gate,
right.
yo, like ready to go.
This my shit now, nigga.
This circle in the peg ass nigga.
Don't even, yo, man. We
Circle in
gonna
the square
introduce
peg.
you, bro.
Right.
You the guest. We gonna introduce you. We gonna give you a proper introduction,
Oh, I feel appreciated now, this
Right.
motherfucker.
Yo, this your boy Larry Morgan, the one word, the living legend, the modern day Magi. What's up, man?
AKA Maui from Moana.
AKA, he's been here before.
I definitely have, man.
And on the phone, we have.
Oh, I got to introduce myself. That's what we're doing right now, Dre?
You don't want to introduce yourself?
God damn it.
You don't want people
It's your
to know?
job, damn it. You're supposed to introduce me. Now introduce me right. Make it sound good.
Make it
Come on.
sound good.
Make him sound good?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Make it say,
Nah. AKA. AKA.
Koala bears. Let
AKA Romeo Miller. AKA. It's your boy BK Matt.
Yeah, I fucking hate you guys. I really do.
You always say that.
yo, you got Meek Mill braids over there today?
You
This
do.
shit wasn't fresh.
Wow, the Meek Mill braids.
Bro said you got neck braids right now, bro. Like,
Sounding really hungry over there.
Yo, I just
Stomach
ate.
growling.
I just ate, so I'm good. I'm good to go.
and
I
to
bet.
our right, a lovely guest, my boy, my
You're
effing
lovely.
you, my effing you brother,
Not lovely.
my effing you brother. Please introduce yourself.
Oh, my fault. Now it's my turn because I didn't want to interrupt the living legend Larry Morgan over here. What is good, everybody? My name is Lawrence, a.k.a. Mr. Hit it from the wee. Hit it with the wee wee.
Hit it.
Hit
What?
it from the wee wee.
What?
Hit it with the wee wee. I am from the Cats and Dogs
From the
podcast.
movie. Okay.
You should know that. Sucking toes and shit ass nigga. See, today
No, you ain't talking.
I'm here. I ain't sucking no toes. I heard, yo, low key Matt, stop acting like you don't eat the booty. See, this is a sports podcast. I'm trying to keep it sports related. I am.
First of all, don't be doing me like you do, Sean. I'm not here. We're not gonna go through.
We name drop on this podcast. I'm just
Yes,
trying
no,
to figure out the
no. We
rules.
name drop on this podcast.
Okay,
Oh,
Cause-
shit, really? Because, man.
We name drop.
Oh,
We
that's
name
what we
drop.
doing.
We
on
don't
this
name
podcast.
drop everybody.
I ain't
You ain't
name
gonna do
drop.
that
I ain't
to
name drop
dollar
last
value.
episode. I should have, but I did.
Okay, I am a host of Cats and Dogs, which is under the Jobber Network. I appreciate my brothers for having me here, and Matt being on lockdown, not being able to travel, so he is on the phone. T, I don't know where you at.
She'll be here. She'll be on in a moment. She'll be on in about the next 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
For those that don't know, T, she's a super mom, so you know.
Yeah,
Oh, she
Supermom.
playing superheroes today. I get it.
No, she's not
Everybody-
playing.
Oh,
She's not playing.
She is, man.
Listen, she got to put her cape on. Sometimes, you got to be a parent, and I appreciate that because, I'm a father. I have a daughter that's 8 years old and is a handful. So I understand, certain times you can't do that.
Yo, when she start dating, bro, you know where to find me. If fucking you need
We
a
are-
bad boys too.
Didn't we just say?
Yo,
Didn't we just say? I said whenever
Pull
one
up
of us
with no
gets a
shirt on
daughter
or
that have a boyfriend,
Yo,
like
man,
it's
listen,
just
bro.
gonna be the most flagrant foul shit that's gonna be.
Dog,
said.
we've talked about this.
No
Yes.
shirt on, just bumping across.
Dog,
this nigga
I'm gonna say
chest
the
master.
gayest shit to her boyfriend. son.
You ever fucked a
Well,
man
I'm
in the
coming
ass
at you
before?
I'm gonna be like,
Razor blade.
oh, so you and the men bumping me?
Yo, you too, Matt. When your daughters get old and start dating, bro, yeah, man, that bad boys two uncle shit. You know where to find me.
What was it? Thieves. It was the Thieves movie with 50 Cent when they put the he took his daughter to prom and shit.
Yeah.
And they had him in the room and all the Samoan men and the niggas working out. Everybody just stopped to look at him. I'm on that type.
That's
of shit.
what we gonna do.
Like, he
bro.
gonna come to take her out. I'm gonna be cleaning the gun, making sure he know. Like, what's up, bro? Are you going to take my daughter out? That's real nice.
Well, shoot. Nowadays, these young kids. They probably be like, yo, what's up? This is my gun, too.
Shit, all right, we got more guns.
Young kid, don't scare me. Fuck out of
I
here.
wish the nigga would. I
So,
really wish the nigga would try to threaten me for my goddamn daughters.
So before we start, I had a special request that I got from one of our younger listeners. My homegirl, Anya, who I work with, who's one of my good friends. Her daughter loved our Yerrr introduction last week. So we're going to do a special one for Lola right now. So
Shout out to Lola. How you doing?
shout out to Lola. 3,
Shout out.
2, 1. Yerrr.
What a dabba wee wee.
It's a child, player.
I'm not talking about for the child. I'm talking about in the sense of.
A dab or wee wee.
You can't say that
wrong with him?
shit.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Bro, are you a Catholic priest?
Shut up,
Something
make
like
that shit
that?
up.
Oh, listen.
Nah, they like
church
little boys.
women.
Yeah.
Church women. I ain't gonna say. Not saying for the little kid, but I'm saying. I messed with some girls that their fathers was preachers and all that. Like church women. I love church and God. I believe in God and everything like that. But they be the wildest ones. Yeah.
They do.
But this is a sports podcast.
though, bro.
No, this tends to go off the rails.
Sometimes toxic
the
talk,
girls is on
the
the
ghost of toxic talk tries to rear its ugly head.
I get a real cats and dogs in this bitch.
Right. Be like, hey, the ghost of toxic talk be like, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know why I'm here.
Let me in.
Let me in.
So, how's everybody doing? I know this whole Corona shit kind of fucked up everything. for
Yeah,
the most part.
Rona is running wild. This is day 4 without sports. Shit, it feels like 4 weeks. Right?
Word, right?
Fuck.
Day 4 without sports.
Well, WWE and the UFC actually threw events, but they threw them in both of their respective training facilities.
Yeah.
The UFC had an event yesterday in their training facility in Vegas. It looked really weird, bro. So,
I heard that the WWE
Speak to
is
Mike.
like the WWE they just making people like fly back to the performance center to get everybody checked out and shit before they
Yeah.
even do anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That shit was weird. You seen SmackDown?
Yeah, that
Nigga
shit
Bray Wyatt hopping over an empty fucking.
It was, you know what? I like that part of SmackDown too, because let's jump into that real quick before we jump into our main topic. SmackDown, audience or no audience, this was a pretty good SmackDown. I'm not gonna lie to you. It wasn't like it wasn't. Oh shit! This is amazing. No, it was a pretty solid SmackDown for what it was. It was pretty solid. John Cena and Bray Wyatt's promo was great. I love when they let John Cena just
be John Cena.
Just be John Cena.
Yeah.
I love when they let the other people just be themselves and let them go off. Y'all remember, like I brought this up before, you remember when John Cena and Roman Reigns were going back and forth? John Cena exposed Roman Reigns in a way, and that made Roman Reigns better because if you listen to his promo against Goldberg, it doesn't sound scripted. It doesn't sound suckering and succotash like he did before.
Well, that was scripted for him.
Yeah.
They
It sounds like Roman.
Yeah.
It sounds like him
Let him
talking,
be him,
let him be him. So, what do y'all think? What did y'all think of SmackDown?
You want to start with Matt since Matt on the phone?
No, I'm starting with you. 'Cause you over
I
here.
thought. Oh yeah, niggas that's in Philly they go last because y'all losers.
Wow.
Here we go.
It was pretty decent. It reminded me of that match that the Rock and Mankind had in the empty arena on Sunday.
The whole SmackDown, right?
Yeah, so it was pretty unique. And then it was like I read up on stuff like John Cena was like, you know, it was kind of weird to not have like fans there because like when he do his promos and he wrestle, he feeds off of the live fans. So it was unique to see them like, you know, we don't got nobody here, but we know y'all watching, so we still putting on this performance and shit like that. And it was dope. Like, you know, the show must go on no matter what. And they kept it professional. Like even Jeff Hardy, he said he feeds off the fans and shit like that. So it was something different for him to do that. And I do appreciate it because niggas go to Saudi Arabia, or some of them don't. They be like, I ain't doing that shit. So to be like, oh, there's no fans there, I'm not gonna do that shit. They still did it, and they killed it. Like, what was it, like almost 3? Oh, it was like 2.9 in viewership or something like that. Right. Like,
I don't even go by viewership no more. I mean, and the reason why it was 2.9, almost 3 in viewership is because everybody wanted to see what type of show was going to be.
Exactly.
But also, most of those 2.9 cut the show off when they showed the Elimination Chamber tag team match again. So it was like,
I mean, it was.
No, I did.
I get it though, because it's like, first of all, everybody that was supposed to be at that SmackDown wasn't there. Paige wasn't there, but she was supposed to be there, and supposedly, as rumors speculating that she's supposed to be like Nia Jax's manager, like Nia's supposed to be going to SmackDown. They got Mojo Rawley that's going to be on SmackDown because of Gronkowski and shit like that. So it's like everybody wasn't there that was supposed to be features on the SmackDown. So it's like, what do you do when half your talent is not there? Like,
no, I get you. I get you.
And certain people, you can't really say, like, I get it for us, like, we watched it at Legends, but certain people didn't watch the pay-per-view, that didn't see that. Like, out of all matches on that pay-per-view, which one would you watch? That tag team match. That was the best one to me that night. That was the best match. So why not put, like, all your shit is done. Like, what you gonna do, cut it short? Nah, niggas is paying you for this.
No, you're right. They, yeah, you're right. Matt, what did you think?
I thought the show was decent, aside from the replay of the Elimination Chamber match. What Laura said is kind of it holds water, because again, not a lot of people got to see certain things, you know. But I mean, for what it was, it entertained for the most part. It got a couple stories, you know, to continue on, like the Cena and Bray Wyatt thing, which I enjoyed. Roman, you could tell Roman's a little weird doing that promo, because he's used to the fan reaction and he feeds off of that. So I mean, but for the most part, it was what it was. It was just a moment for you to take your mind off of the, you know, what's going on in the world there with this coronavirus thing going. But then it kind of like adds to the fact that they had an empty arena show, 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's about to be a third one on Monday. So I mean, hey man, it can't waste off spilled milk, man. You just got to continue doing what you got to do. I mean, they did pretty good for a show that didn't have all their talent there because of this virus.
Yeah. What do you think, Larry?
Normally when, you know, there's a national epidemic or worldwide epidemic, sports is usually our escape for things. You know, 9/11.
Yeah.
When they brought back sports, and actually WWE was the first to do
first live sporting event.
Live sporting event, and then they started baseball, continued football a week later, and it was our escape from shit. But now it's like, fuck, we don't have no escape. There's no sports, you know. But shout out to the WWE for continuing doing their episode of SmackDown, which I thought was pretty good. And to piggyback off what you were saying, it's probably more challenging to the athletes, the wrestlers, because that's what they do. They were trained to feed off of the emotion of the crowd, and when you don't have the emotion of the crowd, that could get really difficult. And you've seen a lot of them, and they admitted it. Some of them admitted it too, but you've seen a lot of them there in their promos. It's like, it's weird for them, you know, because they got to improvise now, and that's not what they were trained to do. But I enjoyed the episode a little. I'm looking forward to Raw, because, you know, Raw is 3 hours. So,
Jesus.
So
no crowd. So you ain't had
no crowd for 3 hours. So I'm really looking forward to Raw.
The 2 hours of SmackDown like kind of flew by. Well, kind of flew by.
I mean, yeah, because you turned the shit off for the Elimination Chamber, so it's like my SmackDown night is over. Like,
yeah, but then I cut it on after it came back on. It kind of flew by.
I mean, I like the John Cena, the John Cena and Bray Wyatt promo. I like that segment, you know. But the same with them, and both of those guys are like top notch in promos. Right. You know, John Cena and Bray Wyatt on the upper echelon of the guys that do promos, and even them, you can see they were kind of weirded out, but they're professionals at it. So I enjoyed it. We're going to see what we're going to do. But, you know, most of our sports are canceled. But shout out to the WWE and also UFC that also did an event yesterday in their respective training facilities.
Bullfighting. There was bullfighting on this morning. And not bullfighting, bull riding on this morning. And There was no people.
Nigga, is you
Bulls can't. Bulls. I doubt Bulls got the coronavirus.
He
Bro.
said, "Are you serious, nigga?"
Yeah, like I cut the TV on and I saw. I was like, "What?"
Nigga, they got poker going on.
They have poker too.
They
bro.
had poker, but come on, like,
That's bull, man. This is why we have your sports, man.
Right.
Because
This is
society
what the
does.
coronavirus is doing,
No, man. Let me
Niggas
tell you
talking
something about
bull
your
rides.
sports, bro.
Can't do it.
Society does not treat wrestling like it's a sport.
right.
ESPN has fucking poker, bro. They got fucking. And this is my "Are you kidding me" moment, bro.
Yo, they make competition out of every.
They got fucking poker. They got fucking pool, but they don't have. Wrestling's not a sport, so we're not gonna put it on ESPN. But you got fucking poker, bro. Come on now.
Well, you gotta
it's a
classify
funny thing,
wrestling,
but
'cause
they'll cover it in their magazine. They cover it on the internet. Like even when like pay-per-views are going on, ESPN alert will pop up, and it's even a tab on ESPN. But
Yeah, it is for
I don't
wrestling.
think they don't have the rights to show certain stuff on TV.
Well,
So
yeah, they're trying to get that. Yeah, man, wrestling is more of a sport than a lot of shit out there, bro.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
For the people who think wrestling is fake, no, the results are predetermined.
That's it.
So the moves are choreographed, but at the same time, the moves are very real majority of the time.
I always compare wrestling to porno. I mean, it's scripted, but it's scripted. It's scripted, but the fucking is real. Just saying.
Yeah, but they take breaks during seasons.
Well, that's
They take breaks during matches too.
There you go.
Yeah, when the commercial, but they still wrestling. Like when you cut the camera off from porno to switch position or give him a minute so he don't bust early, nigga, they just chilling there. Like in wrestling, like they'll tell you to put him in a headlock or don't do no crazy moves so we get back on TV and shit like that.
Yeah,
the
the
ref.
person in the porn not doing no crazy.
The
moves,
ref is
so
a
they
yo.
can-
And in pro wrestling, people don't understand the ref
It's so
plays a
important.
huge part in that match. He's the third man in there, and he's talking to these guys, man. He's telling them how much time they have, what to do. We're on commercial break. Look at the hard cameras over there. He tells them a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of shit that goes on, bro.
Yeah. Definitely. The ref is so
The ref
important.
he gives them the blade to cut themselves. He
I mean, wasn't you and Matt wrestled before, right?
I didn't
know
wrestle.
No,
It
Matt
was Matt.
Matt.
It was Matt.
He wrestled as
Rapper.
a no limit soldier.
Motherfucker.
People always said I should wrestle, but I
Yo,
was thinking about it.
How was that, man?
I was what?
Wrestling and shit like
Yo, his finishing move's a 450 splash, bro.
your finishing
Yeah, when he
move,
told me that, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like,
I could see that
Oh,
though.
that is, son.
I could
You
see him
know,
doing that
cool.
shit in his younger years though.
he looked like a slinky motherfucker. You know,
He looked like one of
Fuck
them.
you.
I'm saying, so he could get
I'm
out there.
sick of your shit, Cleveland Brown Jr. You better cut the shit.
Oh,
You better cut it out.
we-
Stop trying to come for me.
Going in,
niggas cutting ass, boy.
Oh, we about to get at it today,
Niggas
boy.
cutting ass,
I wish
boy.
you was here so I could rotisserie your shit, boy.
Well, he's on the phone, bro.
Nah,
Just
on
see
the
that ass
phone.
I
now,
got
bro.
the seasoning. I got the seasoning for that ass.
You got
Don't
the
do it to
seasoning?
yourself, bro.
All
Don't do it.
right, I hope you're ready, boy.
Ain't gonna
It's
win.
gonna be a hell of a 2 hours,
But-
baby.
Nigga, you do look
But
like
you
an
wanted to
adult
know-
Cleveland Brown Jr. though.
Nah, Cleveland can't look this good. Man. Cleveland can't.
Now,
look
when the
this
nigga
good.
grow up, he probably gonna look like you.
Nah, would you stop Brittany Griner?
That's
I'm
what's
tired of your shit. I'm
Hey,
tired
man.
of your shit.
Hey man, that's my baby, son. I mean, hey,
That's your
she,
baby got twins. What you talking about?
fuck outta here, son. Hey, she about to say, hey man, they about to play in front of a no.
They're
not
playing.
now.
Nigga.
They're not playing.
Oh fuck.
It's like that meme you put up. The Grim Reaper went to basketball first, then he went to baseball, he went to football, and Vince.
Hockey,
I got a
too,
meme.
son.
I got a meme that says everything canceled, and
here it
and
goes.
Vince is dancing. But there's another meme I got that says, "You think a virus is gonna stop Vince McMahon from showing a show? This is the same guy that had God rest his soul on Hart plunge from the ceiling to his death." And fucking, he still went on with the
Dude,
show.
it
but
wasn't on
the
purpose.
but the difference with that
Right,
was
right.
But still, my nigga, you just had death in the ring. Like, there's no way to put that. A man died. We dealing with a virus that's, is up in the air. Everybody's on their toes. But you had a man die in front of millions in your promotion.
Yeah.
You don't think that's the a cue to send niggas home?
But the
bro?
difference with
Yeah.
that was that that decision was solely up to Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
this decision is not solely up to Vince McMahon.
Well, technically, it is solely up to Vince
the county,
McMahon. The county wants him to cancel it. They
Tampa,
want him to
it's up to Tampa. It's up to the cities they're in, bro.
But no, he has.
No, if Vince cancels it, he doesn't.
He don't.
It's something that he doesn't. He
He
loses out on. He loses out on a certain amount of money if Vince cancels. So Vince, they're saying it's up to Vince, but it's really up to them. So, but as we move forward, we are trying to call in Tavia right now.
Hello.
Hey Tay.
Yerrr.
What up, T? What up, T?
What's up?
The queen.
What up, bro?
The queen is in the house on load management as well. But no,
on Rona management.
Right. She's
being a super mom,
of course, as usual. Nah, this is we're film. For those who know, we're filming on a bit of we're filming on Sundays. We usually film on Saturdays. So that's scheduling issues, partially my fault. But
it's all good.
Yeah, but we're all here, and again, we have our guest, Mr. Hit her with the wee wee.
I'm just glad to be.
Oh, what he said? Hit her from the wee wee.
Yeah, hit her from the wee wee. I don't know what the
fuck was he talking about.
Hit her with the wee wee. But I meant to, because I was thinking about saying from Cats and Dogs, but we got T on the phone. We got Matt on the phone doing 450 splashes on the bed and shit like that. So
yo, that excuse is almost as bad as Nakers.
Right.
Fuck is
goddamn naked.
Oh, the white girl she was on. Bitch, you ain't fuck up.
Nah, and when I listen, I'm like, oh, she actually said naked, and we thought she said it. Oh well.
Oh, Matt's calling me, so I think.
Oh, I think they might have cut Matt off.
Man. I think that's what happened, bro.
Hold on. Well, we'll get into
but
the time.
Really just say nakers.
Yeah,
I think she did just say naked. It was an honest mistake.
So we'll get right into the topic. So the topic is, what are the greatest teams, the greatest dynasties of all time in all of the sports, wrestling included, because there are teams in wrestling that are included in dynasties that are our greatest teams of all time.
Hart Foundation was.
So we're gonna start with Miss Tavia Regina. We're gonna start with you. What is the greatest team and dynasty of all time that you think?
Calling me now.
I would say the greatest dynasty of all time will be the 95-96 Chicago Bulls.
That's a good one.
The 72-10 team, they were bulldozing through everybody, and they still won the NBA Finals at the end. So that made, to me, the dynasty complete. I would give another nod to the, I guess, 72-9 Golden State Warriors. I forgot what year that was.
That was 2016.
Nah, they flopped. We can't appreciate.
That's what I'm saying, man.
The only reason why they're not the greatest, because I don't believe they won the championship.
No, but we're talking dynasty. They had a slight dynasty in the later 2010s. Maybe that year.
Okay.
I mean, but you can still classify them as a dynasty because that team.
I can still classify them as a dynasty. Yeah. They were the team. They were definitely the team to beat. They've won a few championships in the 2010s decade. I also give a dynasty nod to, in the wrestling world, I would say the Hart Foundation was a strong tag team back then.
Did she hang up? Did they hang up on Matt? I mean,
I think they called Matt.
No, Yo.
Oh, Matt Mills, yo, we trying to merge the call with you and Tavia, bro. That's what we doing. Oh, damn, they cut Tavia off. She was going in too. She had like some good opinions too.
I said the Hart Dynasty too.
Yeah, Hart Foundation. Yeah, that was a dynasty, bro. Yeah, Tavia was going on. What she was saying was the Hart Foundation. They were acquired by Vince when Vince brought Stampede Wrestling, who was owned by Stu Hart, who was the father of Bret and Owen Hart, the aforementioned Owen Hart. They had a little run in the late 80s, had some tag team title runs, some good WrestleMania matches, some good feuds, and then the Hart Foundation got back together in the late 90s, which included Bret Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, Jim Danville, and Brian Pillman. All of them except Bret Hart are dead, rest in peace. But that's what Tavia was talking about, the Hart Foundation in the wrestling world, but she got cut off.
Is she back yet?
Yeah, Tavia, are you back?
I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened.
Oh,
yeah.
So what happened? Matt, are you there too?
I'm here.
Oh,
Right,
there we go.
What happened,
Nice.
So what happened? They were trying to merge the calls in. So when they merged the calls, it puts one of them on hold. And then if you can't hear it, that means you were on hold. And then we put it together. But everybody's here.
Tavia, continue.
Continue your opinion.
Oh,
yeah,
up,
the
man.
Hart Foundation. Thank you so much, Larry, for supplementing that information because that's where I was going to go. The Hart Foundation in the late 90s is completely underrated, especially with the inclusion of Brian Pillman, who was the only non-Hart family member a part of the Hart Foundation. And then I would also give the Four Horsemen as a dynasty as well.
Example facts.
That is.
Example facts.
And then,
go ahead.
I don't want to hold it. And then for the football, I would say the 2001 to the 2018 New England Patriots.
Shit.
Somebody call her shit.
Hey, man, that's where I was going to.
2001 to the 2018.
Hey, man, that's what I was going
That's
to.
a long.
That is a long
That's a
time.
long.
Yes.
That's where I
20,
was going
almost 20
to,
years
bro.
of dominance.
Yeah.
For the most part, they've won the most rings in this decade. I mean, in the 2000s. So you got to kind of tip your hat to them.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, T. Since you couldn't beat, you brought up the Patriots, right? Where you think Tom Brady's gonna end up? You think he's gonna stay, or where you think he's gonna go?
I think he's gonna stay. I think he's gonna stay. I can't see him in any other team.
I mean,
He'd be a host.
I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going hard, but nobody don't want to go to no damn Buccaneers.
I mean, Tampa Bay got a decent team. It wasn't Tampa Bay's fault. It was Jameis Winston's fault. This man went 30
Of
for
course.
30. He had an ESPN special, damn near. Like they could have really made the playoffs. They wasn't a bad team. They were fighting for the what was it, wild card? I think it was at one point.
Yeah,
it wasn't his fault. It wasn't their fault. It was Jameis Winston's complete solo fault. Like this nigga should have been on the bench, just like how they did Mariota. And you see what happened when they benched him.
course.
Like so.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I can't say it was he would make that team way better. He would make the team definitely way better if he went because.
But I can't see it. I can't see it. Look at the prestige of the
talking about,
Patriots
wait,
because
are
of
you
Brady.
talking about Brady to the Bucks?
Yeah, because he said if he would leave, he want to go to like.
Here's a problem with the Bucks. Their O-line is all right. Their defense
They were decent.
is improved. It's nothing like their old defense back in the day. The thing is that offense is built for someone who can get out of the pocket. It's not built for someone like Tom Brady.
Jameis Winston was a fucking mobile quarterback and still got his ass bust.
He got his ass bust because he wanted to show, I can throw the ball, and he pulled an ESPN 30 for 30, bro. Like,
in the sense of Tom Brady behind that old line with what's his name? What's their top wide receiver there?
Evans?
Yeah, like Nick, you could just throw the ball up to Evans and he was mossing two people at once and he not even that tall. So to put a better quarterback, put an amazing quarterback like Tom Brady that's gonna put it where you need to catch it at. First of all, Edelman, trash. So and he made him look like a star. Edelman, do you even talk about this nigga no more? No. Who else was on the team? Who else was a wide receiver on that team that wasn't nobody? And then when they went to play with Tom Brady, they was fucking amazing. Amendola. Do we really talk about Amendola anymore?
I can see Tavia's face right now.
But not to go off on a tangent about the Patriots.
I'm fuming right now.
But it's
we
gonna speak fact. Oh, here we go.
Edelman made miraculous plays when Tom Brady underthrew or overthrew that ball. You got to give that man his respect.
What does he do? He on the Dolphins right now, ain't he?
Edelman?
Amendola.
I'm talking about Edelman. No, Amendola is on the Dolphins.
Yeah, and it's not fair to judge Amendola on the Dolphins.
The niggas want
that's not fair.
Hey, they did beat the Patriots in New England.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's not even the fact that just him, but it was like he got his name playing with Brady. So you could put that team around Brady, like the Buccaneers, and they'll be better than they were behind Jameis Winston. You get the mentor behind a great quarterback, an amazing quarterback. And,
He ain't going to the Bucs.
I mean, it's not. It's
I think
y'all.
You don't even have to. I'll say y'all.
Nah, Brady was an amazing quarterback.
Seconds.
In the
But
fact,
Tom Brady
It's either
is
the
not
Chargers,
in his prime
it's
no more.
either
Y'all
the
making it seem
Chargers.
nigga, he 40-something and won a Super Bowl. What are you talking about in his prime?
like he's 40-something and won a Super Bowl. He barely won a fucking Super
He
Bowl.
like 50.
Y'all gotta chill out.
Like, first of all, I'm not even a New England fan. But
He's far from a New England fan.
Yeah, I'm a Jets
He's
fan.
a Jets fan, so he's far from a New England fan.
I hate Tom Brady, but you got to give him respect. That's like saying you're not gonna give Bron respect. I'm not a LeBron fan. KD's my favorite player that plays right now. But at the same token, you still have to respect that Bron is the greatest player. Like KD and him, and like right there, and then you throwing in Kawhi that just won a ring last year. Like who said?
KD has a.
Oh yeah. I was waiting for this. Like, KD is amazing.
Okay. Well, we'll get to
Yeah,
that. We will get to that.
Yo, we gotta have Lawrence.
Soft.
Hold on. Matt.
We gotta have Lawrence more often.
Matt, your greatest. What is your dynasties? Your greatest teams of all time that you think when you think of like great teams, great dynasties.
I'm aggravated that I'm even going to be doing this because I fucking hate this team. I mean, anybody that's a real basketball fan has probably hated this team all through the fucking 2000s.
If you say Detroit,
I started hating them in 99, but I'm going to go with the San Antonio Spurs.
Good pick because I was going to pick them. Good.
It started with, David Robinson, and when they picked up Tim Duncan, and they became the Twin Towers. And they just been dominating and being like this consistent playoff contender championship dynasty type team from like 97, 98 all the way up to 2016.
Yeah.
That is a long ass stretch of being a dominant team, one, a great coaching team, two.
Shout out to Pops.
Constantly developing stars. They had your Tim Duncans, they had your Manu Ginobili, they had your Tony Parkers, they had your of course Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, who else? Brent Barry,
Steven Jackson,
Robert Horry,
Steven Jackson, Steve Kerr. They had
Michael Finley.
They had pieces that complement what they do.
Exactly, and it's just that culture. I hate that culture because it's so fucking boring. But you can't deny the greatness that eludes from the AT&T Center sometimes. So I'm going with that. I'm going with the San Antonio Spurs. That's a dynasty that you can't really fuck with as far as the NBA.
What else you got?
I get more?
Yeah, you get more.
Before you get as much as you want, bro.
You get as much as you want. I'll cut you off when it's too much, but I got you. Don't worry about it.
Okay. What else? So should I just stick with NBA? Stick with NBA?
Stick with whatever you want. Whatever you want.
This is your show. Stop asking fucking questions.
I know, right?
I keep telling him
First
that.
of all, keep fucking with me.
Philly ass
Keep fucking
motherfucker.
with me.
Yeah, you know.
Yo, what happened? What
with
happened?
me.
Horse shit got your tongue? Fuck.
Okay, there we go. Are we doing this now, Larry?
Damn, you letting Predator get at
what
you,
you
bro.
But wait, they both got braids though. What the fuck?
No, he has
Stop it,
dreads.
Larry.
He has dreads.
Oh, so you calling Matt the Predator?
No, I'm calling him Predator.
No, this is Brittany Griner. So you can get...
AKA Predator.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Hey, Brittany Griner, my baby, yo.
Yeah, y'all be posting up D on each other.
Y'all be sword fighting, huh?
Yo, Jake, chill with that, man. Yo, Jake, I'm not gonna let you disrespect Brittany Griner like that.
Hey, I got one question, Larry.
I'm not gonna let you disrespect Brittany Griner
one question.
like that,
Since he
bro.
brought up sword fighting, which one of y'all smacked each other on the ass and say good game? She hit you with it, or you hit her with it?
Hey,
All right. I'm taking a little too far left.
All right, sorry. Matt, continue.
This is not toxic talk.
I mean, yo, how this nigga Ruben Studdard getting at me, son? How this little fucking Ruben Studdard come up on the fucking show trying to throw smoke, bro?
Me and my son Luther Vandross is here. FNU, baby.
I don't want to be Luther.
He ain't the soul no more. They say he wasn't the soul of R&B no more.
He can't be Barry White no more?
Chill, son.
Shit.
Yo, moving on.
Let Matt finish because Matt was going. This is going to turn into a Cats and Dogs / Toxic Talk / Yerrr.
Please finish. Please finish.
So you call Dre Ruben Studdard? He look more like.
No, he said he called.
I'm calling Lawrence Ruben Studdard.
He called me Ruben Studdard, and then Dre is Barry. So we about to make
it like
ill.
Gerald Levert.
Oh shit!
I'll do that. I'll take that. Cause my father looked like Gerald Levert. So
he said I'll take that.
Nah, but go ahead, finish, Matt.
The Boston Celtics, the Bill Russell era.
Yeah. I was thinking that. That's
Them
what I was
niggas.
going.
I don't know how many fucking. I lost count on how many.
I'm surprised y'all are counting that.
Yeah,
I count it. I'm surprised y'all are counting it.
What, the Bill Russell shit?
We're not being biased.
She did Jordan though.
Huh?
She did Jordan. I mean, the Bill Russell era. It was an era in basketball. Like he was dominant no matter what. I feel like if he would have played
for 12 years,
like
12 or 13 years, he dominated.
I think Bill Russell being an undersized center then, he would be elite now.
Ben Wallace was 6'9" playing center.
Yeah. Guarding Shaq, player like,
and he was getting that Shaq. Like, but he was aggressive. Like Ben Wallace was an aggressive player. But my fault, Matt.
Right, Matt.
Ben Wallace was like
he was aggressive though.
He had a good fucking he had a good core around him. Like with Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince.
That's my
Richard
pick.
Hamilton. He had a good core around him.
Yeah, he did.
I overhyping
him. Who else, Matt? Who else you got?
Showtime Lakers.
Yes.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you can't even think about it, bro. I want you to think about it. Magic, Kareem, boy, Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I would say the Utah Jazz, but they weren't really much of a dynasty. They were just contenders.
Utah Jazz.
But I would say the Jazz. I think
that's like saying
you can't sleep on the Jazz. The Jazz was pretty decent for like those 4 years. It's just that they just ran into Jordan.
Not a dynasty though.
I would say they just like
not a dynasty.
Not one of the greatest teams. They only had two people.
Three. Yeah, right. Good point.
Three.
I give you that.
Two.
Three.
Who
was two?
I'm sticking with two.
Jeff Hornacek, John Stockton.
John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Malone.
That nigga can't go nowhere to do nothing. Like, who did the Lakers pick up? Karl Malone. Cause why? Cause that nigga was a star. You ain't gonna look at Jeff Hornacek like I need that man on my team. Jerry West wasn't looking at him.
We don't fuck with Karl Malone. Oh. Sorry.
Not no more. Sorry. Fuck him. Man,
So,
but the Lakers, the three-piece Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Shaq, Kobe, Fish, Horry. Freaking who else they had? They had B. Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just slipping my fucking mind right now.
We
know
who was on their teams. Who else you got? We know who was on. We all know.
Well, that's all I can think of for right now, man. It's off the spot. Just thinking about it.
Cool. Larry, I know you started on it. You didn't get a chance to finish, but what are your dynasties?
Oh, I gotta go with. I'm not gonna. I probably gonna be, called out for being biased here, but my 96 to 2003 Yankees, bro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, big Yankee fan.
Son.
My man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 6 World Series in that span, bro.
Yeah, you got to say.
I should have said the Yankees, too.
Yeah. 6 World Series in that span, bro. Fan. Like, I'm come on now, what we talking about? And that's in baseball. Basketball, I'm going to go with the Bulls, man, the 90s Bulls.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I know. Fuck them because,
they fucked up the Knicks.
Yeah, exactly why.
They fucked up a lot of teams, though.
But here's the thing, man. We had some great Knicks teams. We just ran into Jordan and company. That's what happened, man. We had some really good championship-worthy Knicks teams.
The year y'all made the
ran
finals.
into the Pacers,
too.
The year y'all made the finals.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all fumbled.
We fumbled. Yeah, I know that. We ran into the Spurs, which is my other basketball.
No, I'm talking about the year. Not that year. That year y'all get that year y'all get excused. That year y'all get excused because everybody was injured. I'll take that one. That one is an excuse, and I can live with that one. I'm talking about the Rockets.
Oh. Yeah.
Talk about the Rockets.
Yeah. Yeah, I know,
Like-
Matt. It hurts, man, but it is what it is, bro. Spurs is my other basketball dynasty, early 2000. They remind I always compare them to the Patriots of basketball. I did compare them to the Patriots of basketball.
I said that. I said that 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, which is my football pick. Patriots. See, here's the thing, man. In football, your dynasties sometimes last. Most of them last inside of a decade. Like Green Bay Packers were in the 60s, Steelers 70s, Niners were 80s, and then the Cowboys was early 90s. The Patriots are going on 2 fucking decades, man.
Yeah.
2 decades of dominance, bro. They won 6 championships in 2 decades. So football is Patriots is my pick. My other pick in football would be the 70s Steelers, the Steel Curtain. Hockey, I'm going to go with the 80s Edmonton Oilers, man. They had 7 straight Stanley Cups, bro. So
That's
they have
crazy.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, matter of fact, my bad. 5 straight and 7 seasons. My bad.
That's still wild,
That's still crazy.
bro.
5 and 7 and 7 seasons. They had the GOAT, Wayne Gretzky. I'm gonna be a little biased here again. Honorable mention, slightly, was my Rangers in the '90s when we had a super team.
How many Stanley Cups?
We had Gretzky.
We had Gretzky.
How many
We had,
Stanley Cups did they win?
It was 3, but we had Gretzky.
We had Gretzky.
And we weren't the 4th one was way back though, but we had Gretzky, we had Mark Messier, Mike Richter, Adam Graves, man, Brian Leach. We had some stars over there. And wrestling, I'm gonna go Bullet Club. I mean,
we starting fires.
no,
huh?
I'm just saying. Here's the thing
Yeah.
about the Bullet Club, bro. And we're talking about sports teams. See, we're talking about the Patriots from 2001 to 2018. They don't have the same roster
Right.
that they did in 2001. You see what I'm saying? If we're talking Yankees didn't have the same roster in '96 that they did in 2004. Bullet Club doesn't have the same roster, but they're still
They have the same. They have the same core in the most.
Same
for the
core?
most, for the most part.
But yeah.
Talking
But
about the elite.
huh?
Talking about the elite.
The only
No,
core people.
no.
that's
The core.
still
We're not talking about the elite in Bullet Club. Well, I'm talking about Tamatanga and Bad Luck Fale. That is the core. Those were 2 of the original founding members of the Bullet Club with Carl Anderson and
Prince
and
Devitt.
Prince
but they're
Devitt.
still going on and
Right.
they're recycling and they got new people coming in. That's basically what sports teams do, really. But they're still dominating wrestling. Everywhere you go, any indie show, you see in a Bullet Club T-shirt. They're
Any
dominating
show.
wrestling. Yeah, they're dominating
Show.
wrestling. They're selling
They're
merchandise.
dominating indie wrestling. Let's be 100% clear. Indie
She
wrestling.
wants to smoke. She wants
I
to
know.
smoke.
Let's be 100% clear. If you wanna compare like Bullet Club, I would say that they're indie version of the NWO. If you want to be
Yeah, I
technical.
put that. And
You know
when
what I'm saying?
NWO
Well,
was gonna be my NWO and the Four Horsemen. Is if we're
Question.
talking mainstream,
Question.
that's my dynasty right there because the Four Horsemen dominated
but
in the
here's
80s and 90s.
Tavia. New Japan.
Quick
Is,
question.
give me a second.
That's
Tavia. New Japan is not indies.
Thank you. That's what I was about to ask you.
But they're not okay. All right, New Japan is not. No, I wouldn't say that they're indies. But you're saying like they dominated wrestling outside of the indie community,
Outside
right?
of
Or
WWE.
outside of the diehard internet community. The Bullet Club isn't huge as far as pop culture is concerned, and how these teams that we're talking about, as far as like the Rangers from the '90s, the Yankees, they influence culture.
In terms of
So,
I think
yeah,
I
they
can't.
influence
Russell, they
sports
kinda
culture.
have.
I can't really.
Well, you to the diehards, I feel like the people who follow
okay.
the New
I get what
Japan,
you. Okay.
the
I
people,
get
the
exactly what
people
you were
who
saying.
follow
Yeah.
the smaller promotions. I would say no. It'd be a disrespect to New Japan to say that they were the minor leagues. That's a disrespect.
Yeah.
All the other ones like the AEWs, the Ring of Honors, those I consider to be the minor leagues. You get what I'm saying? But when you compare like the Patriots, they influenced how teams ran. Like the Yankees, they influenced baseball. They made baseball watchable for many people who wouldn't normally watch it. And in the Bullet Club, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it didn't influence me or anybody else, like who are more on the the mainstream side to say, oh, look what these guys are doing is really special. Wow. I mean, they sold 1 million T-shirts.
I'm sorry, T. This is not me with man bashing, but I have to disagree with you because Vince wanted.
It's okay. You can disagree.
Vince wanted the Bullet Club in WWE. They were gonna be mainstream. Those lucrative contracts that they would have signed. The only reason they ain't signed them is because they wanted that creative control and because the opportunity presented.
Well, actually, let me correct you there. They did not want the Bullet Club. They wanted the Elite.
They wanted. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't have been able to call them the Bullet Club in WWE, but they wanted the core people. Like they wanted the Kenny Omega that took over from AJ. They wanted the Nick and Mac Jackson. They wanted Cody to come back. All of that before starting the AEW thing. So it was big enough to catch Vince's eyes and be like, I want these guys here, but they didn't want to do that. Like
he didn't want them back. Well, from what it wasn't. We could go could have, should have, would have, but didn't.
You got it, but the writing is there. Is a fact statement saying though, because you saying they wasn't big enough to go to that level. They were big enough, but they turned down a contract.
No. You put words in my mouth. What I said was they're not in the mainstream.
Because
I didn't say they influence culture to me more on the indie side.
Okay.
Not really on the mainstream side. You get what I'm saying? Like I didn't say, oh, well, because they weren't with WWE, that they're not as big. You know what I'm saying? They're big to the diehard fans.
Right.
If I didn't see any of the Facebook groups or didn't see anything on Twitter, I wouldn't know who they were.
And
my ear is always me and my crew. My ear is always to the ground when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's anybody knows who. You don't even have to follow football to know who Derek Jeter is. You don't have to follow baseball to know who Wayne Gretzky was.
Yeah.
And as far as that, or Tom Brady, or even a Karl Malone. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I can't stand Karl Malone, like these are when you put faces and figures to culture. You get what I'm saying? Like these are the people who influence who basketball is today and who sports are today. And I feel like with the Bullet Club situation. Hello?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Well, with that comparison, it's like, all right, you saying you don't need to watch baseball, know who Derek Jeter is. You don't need to watch basketball, know who Jordan and Kobe is. So with that comparison, if we're talking teams, because if we're talking individual, you don't need to watch wrestling, know who The Rock is or John Cena or whatever, or Stone Cold.
Fact.
If we're talking teams, then you don't need to watch wrestling to know who the NWO is, because most people that's like the biggest team.
Man, they had like 40 members, man.
But that was the
that's the top team if we're talking about people who didn't watch wrestling knew who the fuck the NWO was. You know,
that's included in pop culture.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so if the top, we're talking teams, it'll be NWO, and which would have been my other dynasty in team sports. You know.
Okay. I feel
but you can't say that about Bullet
wrestling.
Club though either, because they're selling selling them shirts mainstream everywhere.
But
I mean, you can say it, but you can't say it.
But you can't say it now.
You do know who they are.
Here's the thing: you
can't compare. You can't compare because even those Jenner girls, like Kendall Jenner. Yeah, even Kendall Jenner was wearing what made the NWO shirts popular again was because Kendall Jenner wore the black and red Wolfpack shirt. And that's what made other people, and that was even 20 years after NWO was popular back then.
Yeah, she wore it like 2 years ago. And it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
When
it was like, all right.
Well, so here's the thing about here's how I feel about Bullet Club. Bullet Club had a boost in popularity because of the Bucks wanting to do more mainstream stuff, not just in Japan but in America. Cody thinking outside of the box, then Kenny Omega getting his creative side to it, and then them having the freedom to do whatever they were doing in Japan almost in ROH, which is TV. One of the highest times of ROH existence is when the Elite and the Bullet Club were running around in ROH. So they did have a bit of a mainstream appeal, but never nothing like the NWO. Nobody can touch the NWO at the height of its time outside of like the Four Horsemen or the Hart Foundation or
DX.
Or DX. Yes. Like I said, I love the Bullet Club. For the past couple years, Bullet Club is what got me watching New Japan Wrestling. I knew nothing about New Japan. I heard, this thing called Bullet Club. These shirts look cool. Where do they come from? Looked it up. Oh, this is New Japan. Bam. That's how I found out about it. You don't hear too much about Bullet Club anymore because the elite aren't in Bullet Club anymore, but they still have a presence because of what the elite did for the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Because before it, who was like, oh, Bullet Club this, Bullet Club that. 5 years before this, was anybody saying anything about the Bullet Club?
No.
Not really. Not necessarily.
Right.
I mean,
so it's more, I think, if we're going to talk
I
about...
feel like they got mainstream when AJ was in it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
if we're going to talk about Dynasty...
AJ was already a mainstream name.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
I like the Bullet Club when they had my guy Prince Devitt in it, like because it gave him an edge to his character. Like he and then New Japan, they let them curse and everything like that. He had his now I think he's a watered down version of himself.
But if they gave
but Law, what we're saying is they didn't really started being attractive.
Yeah, they didn't gain it. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Circle until AJ got onto it.
Yeah,
and not just that. If they get Bullet Club gave, gave guys like Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows eyes on them. They gave Finn, like you said, Finn eyes on them, but it didn't give eyes to the whole club until the Americans came over.
I mean, I like Carl Anderson before he went to the Bullet Club. It's just like, you said it, right? He got more eyes on him because when he was doing the shit with Punk before he got fired before they let him go from WWE, it was like
You mean Luke Gallows?
Luke Gallows.
Not Carl.
Yeah, my fault. I said Carl Anderson, but Luke Gallows, like he was.
I didn't like
when he was Festus, like.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like Gallows. With Punk, I didn't like Gallows as Festus. I like Gallows OC Gallows because it's basically BC.
No, I like them as when they did the straight edge shit with CM Punk and all that.
I like Luke Gallows as the fake Kane. Remember the May 19th shit?
Okay, all right. So here are my dynasties.
I like Luke Gallows though, man. I like him right now as the OC as well though.
Here are my dynasties.
Larry.
And we'll talk about teams. I'm gonna start with wrestling.
All right, man.
Teams don't have to be factions, just factions. So my dynasty team would be the Dudley Boys, LOD,
the two greatest tag teams of all time.
The two greatest,
hands down. Two greatest tag teams of all time. There's no argument.
Those are part of my wrestling dynasty. Of course, the Horsemen. The Horsemen basically gave birth to Evolution. DX, see that as a dynasty.
Can't go nowhere without telling somebody
doing a crotch shot. Yeah. NWO, of course, the original set of NWO, not 5011
60 niggas.
Not NWO Japan, not NWO.
You doing
when
black and
40
white?
people coming out of the car. Not
looking like us going to brunch.
Right. Right. Not NWO Elite, not NWO 2000. NWO when they started as Hogan, Nash, and Hall, and went for a good year before they started adding people.
Then they added Big Show.
They had Bischoff. They had Mr. Perfect on there and shit.
Right. Before that's my dynasties in wrestling. In terms of basketball, of course, you got to go with the Chicago Bulls. Got to go with the 60 Celtics, taking over everything. Not just the 60 Celtics. I think the 70s, 80s, the 80s Celtics with Bird was considered a dynasty. They didn't win as much as the Lakers, but I can consider them as a dynasty. Of course, Showtime. Who's gonna argue with Showtime?
Yeah.
Right? Come on. I said the Bulls already, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Said the Bulls.
Chicago Bulls. Yeah.
The Spurs, of course, that was a good one. Yes, definitely the Spurs. And the Warriors, of course. And Matt knows I gave
Late
I gave
2010s, yeah.
Yep, I gave Steph Curry a lot of shit.
A lot.
I give him a lot of shit, but the difference between me giving him a lot of shit and the way he gives LeBron a lot of shit is that I respect Steph Curry.
Oh, here we go with your bullshit. Stop. I give LeBron respect.
I respect
I
Steph
say all
Curry.
the time I respect the man. I hate his fucking fans, though. I can't stand his fans. Ashy knee, nut hugging motherfuckers. I can't stand y'all.
Call them ashy knee, nut
You know what's funny,
motherfuckers.
man? I mean, I get where Matt is coming from because I'm the same way with Daniel Bryan. I don't hate Daniel Bryan. It's just his fans. And I'm coming around. Coming around on Daniel Bryan. I actually like him.
No,
bro.
you came around on Daniel Bryan.
I have already, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
But it was just the Yes Movement fans that made me like, all right, yo, dog, y'all overrating this dude. Shut the fuck up, yo. So I know what Matt is talking about, bro.
Yo. All right, we can all
fans make you hate somebody. They really do, bro.
Yeah, LeBron best.
Like, we all know how great
Nah, we
LeBron
do.
is.
Hell yeah, bro.
Every accomplishment this nigga has, you'll get a notification like, yeah, my man did this, and that. So y'all gonna give him his respect now? Yo, so we gotta compliment this nigga every day?
Every time.
Like, nah, nigga.
No.
Like,
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
as much as
Because when Jordan was around, y'all was blowing the grip every
When
day.
Jordan was around,
Blowing
he
the
breathed
grip.
and got accomplishments. So at the end of the day, LeBron is playing at a higher level than Jordan was at this age.
No.
Oh
Mind you,
God,
yes.
stop.
Let me be real. Hold on. No.
It is not the same league that Jordan has to play up against.
No.
Oh my God.
How old is LeBron? 35,
We're not gonna do
right?
that today, guys.
35, yeah.
Cut it out.
LeBron's. Hold on.
Let it
Can
talk.
I make
Let
a
it talk.
point?
Yeah, let it talk.
All right. LeBron came into the league at 18, 19 years old, right? Straight from high school. So his body has way more baggage and damage to it over the years than Jordan has. You get what I'm saying? Like when you consider the fact that this man was playing in the league as a young boy, started at 18 years old, and still has the dominance, and he's almost 36 years old. You get what I'm saying? Nobody else has had that type of longevity coming straight out of high school. You get what I'm saying? So you can't. The wear and tear on LeBron's body is worse. I'm just being real with you. Because
in a league where if you blow a kiss at him, he gets a foul.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but Jordan got all the calls. Jordan got all the calls too. Jordan got fucked up. Jordan got all the calls. No. Yeah, first of all, y'all was fetuses when Jordan was playing basketball. He got
Who was fetuses, Tavia? I ain't no spring chicken.
He got all the calls. And the thing is, LeBron didn't go and take 3 seasons off to look at baseball.
And he still can't.
You know the funny part?
Great.
You want to know the funny part? If we're talking about, we would just talk about total time played. LeBron has more mileage than Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan played 41,000 total career minutes.
Yeah.
LeBron has played close to 50,000 minutes.
Yeah, because in the finals,
48,637 minutes.
Here y'all go with excuses because of this.
Ain't no excuses in the finals. He played the whole finals. Like,
a lot of people are Tyler comparison. With Tyler comparison too, but you know why?
He played 50,000 minutes.
48,700 something minutes.
How much did LeBron play?
No, that's how much LeBron played. Jordan played 41,000 minutes.
And LeBron played how much?
48,000, almost 49,000.
He played in the league. Yo, at the end of the day, I get what Matt's saying is a different era. Like I said, I'm not discrediting LeBron from anything he's doing, but everybody said it. Even all the old veterans, there's people now that play in the NBA say it's soft now. You can't do the same thing because you could fight in the NBA back then and they'll just hit you with a fine. Like,
right, but that's not basketball.
That's street ball.
But in a sense, you can't. Basketball.
You can't.
Well, the way that the league is set up now, you're gonna have a more longevity career.
Yeah,
it's not have like a long.
It's not just the league. No, I'm not gonna lie. It's not just the league. It's about how. It's not just.
There's more eyes on the product, but before basketball wasn't.
Hold on.
Y'all really sound like you don't like the guy.
No.
You don't like the guy. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a bisexual either. I'm not a bisexual either. I turned away from LeBron when he went to the Heat. I was a big fan, and then once he went to the Heat, it was a wrap for me because I could, as a unfortunate Knicks fan, you know what I'm saying, like. The bad blood with Miami stuck with me. I'm loyal. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, It's not his fault. It's the changing of the times. Like right now, the guys who play football, they're not playing football the same way the guys in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s play football because you have to evolve. Every field has to evolve. At the end of the day, you can't take away. Numbers don't lie. Jordan played 41,000 his entire career. LeBron is nearing 50 and counting.
That's 5 weeks of basketball, bro.
But LeBron didn't take 4 years off though.
That's 5. That's 5 straight weeks. The minutes equal up to 5 weeks.
But if Jordan didn't take those 4 years off, he would have surpassed Bron. But Bron is playing longer than Jordan. But if he would have took those back,
he's doing a whole lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda. He's doing a whole lot of coulda.
That's what I'm saying. No, y'all like to bring up stats and stuff to try to argue y'all point to try to put a comparison that LeBron and Michael Jordan. But then when we give y'all the facts of the fact that it's a different era, so he can get away with a lot more now than Jordan had to go through then.
But is that a
y'all
fact
go,
or is that an opinion?
But y'all want to go with that to make it seem like he's better than him.
Or is that I didn't say he was better than Jordan. They played first of all. They played
nobody
two
said
different. They played two different positions.
Nobody
said
he was better.
If y'all gonna try to compare the two, nobody's shitting on LeBron. But
everybody always tries to shit on LeBron by saying, well, Jordan did or Jordan didn't because of the league. Jordan wasn't getting roughed up and beat the fuck up. They played scared of Jordan. They played anytime somebody dunked over. How many people
it was only
dunked
one
over
team.
Jordan?
It was only one team that beat up Jordan. 2 teams.
There was only one team that fucked up Jordan. The Miami Heat team fucked up Jordan.
It was more than one team that did it.
I said 2 teams. It was Detroit and New York.
That's my
Miami and Miami and
Charlotte.
He got fucked up.
He barely got fucked up by compared to what
Utah
compared to what
up too.
Detroit. No, compared to what Detroit.
Detroit fucked up everybody.
But they whipped Michael Jordan's ass.
Yeah. That was the reason why them niggas, cause they was trying to injure the nigga. They wasn't trying to play ball. They was like, we in the playoffs, but we ain't winning shit against Mike, so we gonna fuck you up.
But again, saying all that, we all know Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
LeBron is the GOAT of this era.
The way everybody talk about LeBron all the time, that's what I'm saying. Like, we know what Jordan is capable of, but it's like y'all want to. It's like everybody want to be on the same page to try to make it seem like LeBron is better than Jordan. I'm not going to do that. LeBron is a great player, period. I'm not comparing him to Jordan. Just like Kobe is a great player. I'm not going to compare him to Jordan. Just leave it at he's a great player. Y'all want to
Jordan
and
Kobe,
I'm not doing all
Jordan
that.
and Kobe have all the comparisons because they played the same position. You can't compare. Nobody's comparing LeBron to Jordan. You only compare the fact that they're the faces of their time.
Minutes played and all this other
minutes played.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about points.
No matter how many, I don't have to leave it at that because let me tell you something. No matter how much y'all want to, you can't dress up opinions as facts. If Dre is saying that LeBron played this amount of minutes and Michael played that amount of minutes, that's a fact. That's not an opinion. When you're saying, oh, the league is better now than it was then, that's an opinion. So that's a difference. We can say that, but there's no statistical information that backs that up.
We got facts that Jordan took 3 years off, so those minutes that Jordan played, that LeBron played in those 3 years, he probably would have.
But we're also not taking into account.
Here you go with the
hold on, Tavia. We're not taking into account.
I just say he didn't, though, but I'm saying
we're not taking into account
that he left and came back.
No, not just that. We're not taking into account. LeBron has played in how many Olympics? 2.
I believe 2 or 3.
He played in 3 Olympics, so we're not adding. We can't add those minutes. Those minutes aren't included in these 50,000.
I'm not including Jordan shit either.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, there's more. Those numbers are the ones that we're talking about in this case. We're not talking about points per game. We're talking about minutes played and mileage on the body.
Nah, I get that. Like I'm still saying, like LeBron.
Like Michael Jordan is, like I said, Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like.
But
straight
LeBron
up
is the greatest player right now.
Yeah, LeBron is the greatest player right now.
Yeah.
There's nobody. There's nobody in the past 20 years. He's been playing outside and as Kobe was fading off. There's nobody who was close to touching LeBron.
You had people that could have had potential that just got injured and fucked up. Like Grant Hill could have been amazing. He could have probably been a type of LeBron player.
Grant Hill was the original LeBron before he got hurt.
Yeah,
no, he wasn't.
What? He was on his way to be.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Next.
So is it
No, he
boxing?
wasn't.
I forgot.
No, he wasn't.
Tavia
she
was
don't like Grant Hill?
No, Tavia was a referee.
I know.
Grant Hill's
I was a
first
referee.
game.
Exactly.
First game.
His
I
first
remember when
game?
Grant Hill. I remember when Grant Hill came into the league. He was a big deal. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the next big thing, but there was nobody who was going to be the next big thing while Jordan was still playing.
No, nobody. But it was whisper. You know, like when you if anybody watch anime, you know, like
guys, hold on 1 second. I gotta take this.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead. You know, like I watch My Hero Academia, right? That's my shit. And this is always the number one, and there was a number one hero called All Might and a number two hero called Endeavor. Like you always hear whispers about who the number two person is, who's it coming up behind All Might. The same thing with Jordan. Jordan was the GOAT, but you know when people started coming in the league, like when Grant Hill started to come in the league, it was always whispers like, hey, he's gonna be good. He could be something. Like, but because he had a LeBron playing style to me, he got his teammates involved. He rebounded the ball pretty good. He wasn't the greatest of shooters, but he can get to the rack. He can score.
I mean, he could shoot the ball. It wasn't just like he wasn't no good ass shooter.
He wasn't good.
Like he wasn't. You could sag off, but you know when he go to shoot that shot, you gotta at least put a hand up and get some, like put a body on him.
Yeah. So for the most part, we got through our greatest teams, our greatest dynasties.
Hey, I gotta add the UFC, bro.
Hold on, can I do my shit?
I thought you did yours.
He didn't
No,
do it.
shit, you went with Larry for goddamn.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
All right. So if we go on wrestling dynasties, I'm gonna say DX because DX they went through years. And they started off with the core. You had Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and then they had China. They brought they brought the Outlaws. They took the great Rick Rude. They brought the Outlaws to relevancy. Because them niggas wasn't doing shit really until they got into DX.
Billy was doing the one and then the rockabilly shit.
Billy was doing the one after DX split like that.
Nah, it was before. It was like 95. It was right doing the rockabilly and all that other shit.
Then they had Road Dogg out here with Jeff Jarrett and this nigga doing country music. Nah.
Oh, he was a roadie.
Yeah. So DX really helped out a lot of people. Another stable that Triple H was in that helped out a lot of people was Evolution. Evolution.
Man.
If it wasn't for Evolution, I don't think we would have, Randy and Batista. Whoo, boy! Did you see the Batista
Ruthless Aggression? Batista was Deacon Batista.
Yeah,
and shit.
my man.
Remember that shit? That Randy Orton had them ugly ass blue trunks, and he used to come out and do that
He
shit.
used to do He used to do the MVP took his finish.
The overdrive shit, bro.
Like
I remember that shit, man. Yeah.
And then how dare you brothers not sit here and talk about one of the greatest stables that we had in the WWE/WWF, the Nation of Domination.
They're not a dynasty though.
They made The Rock what he was. Like if it wasn't for the Nation of Domination and The Rock being in that stable, we don't know where The Rock would have been.
The Rock took their theme song, bro.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, The Rock theme is Nation's Domination.
The Rock had everything, but he couldn't, as a baby face, he couldn't do shit. They wanted this nigga to die. You chanting die, Rocky die. So at the end of the day, putting him in the Nation of Domination helped him so much in his character and everything and developing who he is today. The pie eating, jabroni beating, wee slinging. So it's like, but like the Nation of Domination helped them. So to sit there and say they not a dynasty, they helped out a lot. But they helped out the Godfather. Besides pimping hoes, what the fuck was the Godfather doing? Papa Shango. Besides scaring the kids,
he did was pimp hoes.
He's Papa Shango. He was Papa Shango. He was scaring the shit out of kids. So you went from scaring the shit out of the kids to pimping these bitches like that. So and the same token. So if we go on baseball, gotta go Yankees.
Yes, sir.
As much as I don't like it, Boston Red Sox, they had a fucking dynasty. I hated these niggas, especially when they had
they didn't really have
Spanish
a dynasty,
Spanish nigga that they used to pitch, and I used to hate it because he used to fuck us up.
They didn't really have a dynasty though.
Oh, they did, bro. They was fucking us up.
The Sox in the dynasty?
Nah, they fucked us up. They fucked us up.
Man, they didn't win in 103 fucking years, bro.
Yeah, what type of dynasty? What the fuck
Yo,
you talking about,
they
bro?
had a decent team where they fucked us up. Like I said,
they didn't fuck. That 1 year when we were up 3-0, 3-0 in the
They
series,
fucked
and they
us up
came
a lot.
back and won 4-3 in the series. And that was 2004, and that was 103 years after they won a fucking World Series, bro. That's not a goddamn
Besides,
dynasty. And then they won again in I believe
won a
in the
few.
late 2000s, and then they won again in 2017. Man, come on, man.
They won a few.
Fucking dynasty.
I'm gonna say,
fuck the Boston Red
I'm trying to
Sox,
be
yo.
different from all y'all niggas.
No.
This
you don't gotta be-
motherfucking Lawrence come on his fucking show.
And
No,
stop
we
talking
talking
bullshit,
dynasties,
right?
bro.
Stop talking
No,
bullshit.
I named some shits that some teams I hate, bro. The fucking Niners, the Patriots, bro. But you, goddamn it, I'm not gonna let you get away with that shit, bro. Nah,
Look, Larry triggered. He already hates the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, I did my job. I got him. He read in the
Don't
face,
do that.
coach.
Don't do that, bro.
He read in the face, coach.
Don't backpedal now.
This nigga said the Boston Red Sox.
Nah, listen, Boston.
They got no fucking dynasty,
bro. The rest of your opinions about to be invalid,
Yo,
bro. You
listen,
said
So
the
let's
Boston
see
Red
what
Sox.
else you gotta say.
Nah, as far as sports,
What you about to say? Billy and Chuck in the dynasty too?
Hey,
Like,
my nigga, you gotta add the Rico.
Yo,
part.
Rico was nice though on the low. Rico was nice.
really
Go ahead,
good.
bro. Yeah,
Nah,
it's like-
DX evolution.
that was John Cena's
Nation.
first tag team partner.
yeah.
Nation of domination and shit like that. Baseball with the Yankees. He said I can't have the Red Sox. So you
Fuck
got
the Red Sox, bro.
Basketball. I have to agree. You know, Boston Celtics was good.
I hate the
Showtime
Boston
Lakers.
Celtics, but I'll allow it.
Yeah,
I'll allow that.
Bulls. Everybody know that. So can we include Detroit in this or nah? Detroit is.
I mean,
I like
them
Detroit.
80s
Which one, the
Pistons,
Bad
boy.
Boys?
Bad Boys Pistons.
Them bad boys, I like them. I fucked
I
with
wouldn't
them.
necessarily say '96 was a dynasty, but they did stop the Lakers from winning the chip. They was out there fighting with San Antonio and everything like that. The San Antonio, I would say, yes, hands down, San Antonio. Like them niggas was out there killing everybody. I feel like they was robbed against Miami Heat when they played Braun and them. So that should have been Tim Duncan's sixth ring.
Robbed?
They was robbed, nigga. His foot was on the line. That's not a 3-pointer. His foot
Matt,
was on the line.
Matt, get this
I'm
man.
not in this.
No, Matt. Now you in this.
Matt,
You are in this.
His
Matt,
foot wasn't
I'm
on the
not in
line.
it.
No.
His foot,
I'm
yes,
not
it
in
was.
this.
Yo, Matt,
only
bring that
thing
ass
you
to
can
New
get
York
involved-
and get
The
your
only,
mans, yo.
the only thing you can probably say is Ray Allen probably traveled, and again,
He definitely traveled.
no, he did. He probably
So,
He
traveled,
didn't travel.
and they did
Fuck.
a sports science on it.
Fuck Miami Heat because of them. KD didn't get a ring with OKC.
KD and them wasn't gonna get.
Nah,
That's
they-
not that.
no,
has
that-
nothing to do with
that-
Miami.
that-
That
nothing to do with Miami.
They,
James
yes,
Harden not
no,
showing up.
they fucked them niggas. That
James
year
Harden
for
was
Miami.
trash. What are we talking about?
trash
He
that
wasn't
year.
trash. He just did.
That was that-
He was
that
coming off the
series.
bench. He was coming off the bench before, and then they decided to put him at the 2. Like he could have like. What you want the nigga to do? Like,
Bro, you got me all the way fucked up.
Right.
If you
Showed
trying
up.
to, you trying to
Show up.
explain,
That's what they
you
do.
trying to
Nah.
explain,
My son
you trying to
James-
explain how trash James Harden was.
I'm not
nigga.
even a James Harden fan now. Like, huh?
Why you
I
trying to
just feel
explain
like-
why he was trash yesterday? Got me all the way fucked up with that.
Nah.
Wildin'. You whole hard Wally. You bugging.
Nah, I don't even like Harden. I feel like y'all did an episode on like who would y'all take Harden to Giannis. I'm taking Giannis, like, cause fuck all that. Like I could put Giannis at the 1 through 5, like, and put shooters around him, but.
I wouldn't go that far.
You what?
I don't
what?
know about 1 through 5.
First of all,
I'm
Giannis
not sure
played.
about 1 through
Giannis
5
played
either,
the
bro.
point.
Giannis can play.
He
Giannis-
did play point.
Giannis played the
He can
point.
play- Giannis
He
can play 1
the-
through 5.
He can play. First of all, they got him listed at playing the 3. He's played the 4 before he's even played the 5. He's played the point. The only thing he hasn't played is the 2. So you could stick him on it, like he's mobility, like he could get anywhere on the floor, like and moving. He's a slinky nigga, tall, slender looking motherfucker. So he'll be able to keep up with people like. He can keep up with Bron. He keeps up with Kawhi, even though Kawhi bust his ass though. But
Please leave your message for
the fuck?
34758139331.
Hold on.
Hey yo,
Yeah,
this
we
is
on-
Yerrr Sports Podcast.
We
Boy,
on
pick up
TV
your phone.
We on her. You took us off her answering machine. Okay.
Oh,
We might have to edit that out because we just
No,
put
it's-
Tavia's fucking number.
Right.
Number out there.
Yeah. Oh man.
They know.
You know
they
what I'm
didn't
saying,
even know
bro?
who was Tavia though. That could
Right.
have been, but nah.
Tavia or Matt. They know. Come on. It
But,
could have been.
but
someone.
Giannis is a dude you can stick and then put people around him,
Uh-huh.
shooters around him, and it's good because like Harden came at him like I wish I could be athletic to go run and dunk the ball. You have to send
No,
a double
he said he
team.
wish he was 7 foot tall.
But
and he only
Giannis
had to
is
do was dunk the
6'10".
ball.
Right.
6'10". You have to double
say
team this
7
nigga.
feet, man.
You have to double team this nigga. So in the sense of if he had imagine Giannis having.
So you saying you don't have to double team James Harden? That's what you're telling me?
Hell no. It's been people that lock up James Harden by himself.
This nigga tripping. I'm about to leave.
It's been niggas
Yo, Matt, slide that ass up to New York and come get your man.
Come get your boy.
What?
Come get your boy.
James Harden has got his ass buzzed by plenty of people
James Harden
too.
right now
Are you-
is the best.
So-
Are you
player
saying
in
you're
the
saying
league
First of
right
all,
now? Are you
that man puts
Is
up
she
like
on?
60 shots.
Tavia?
That man puts up 60 shots a game. Like, of course, he's gonna have 40-something points. Who else is on their team scoring besides him and Westbrook? Like, y'all niggas is tripping.
So
Like,
even more reason
he's-
to double team him.
he has the ball in his hand the most. Like, Giannis wasn't speaking bullshit. He was speaking the truth. This nigga has the ball in his
Right.
hand.
So why you not
That
dou-
that
so if
nigga's dribbling the air out the ball.
All right, so if he has the ball in his hands the most, bruh, if you have the ball in your hand the most, why am I not double teaming
Why
you if
would
you
I need
scoring
to double
40?
team? No, because at the
So you gonna let your mans keep getting dropped off
His-
for
his-
50 every night?
His field goal percentage is trash to even get that 50. I'm making it seem like he's doing this and
Lord.
it's good. Like, it's not good. Like, and then he gets to the line on bullshit. This nigga hop, skip, and travel to the line, get an and one layup, and then all those points add up. Like,
Is it 50 points?
LeBron's been traveling since his first year in the league.
LeBron
Nobody
been
on
flopping.
never said
Right,
nothing
LeBron
wrong
been
with
traveling forever.
LeBron
Like-
is a flop. I
like-
don't say.
LeBron been traveling forever.
Y'all
so,
niggas is
like,
tripping. So, like, but I don't
you
know.
don't. You're not gonna double team James Harden for real?
No.
You can't be a
He's
coach.
bugging.
No.
You can't be a
He's
coach.
wilding.
Nigga,
He's
you a
whole hard wilding.
you a Knicks fan. You James Dolan ass nigga. You better stop, man.
Wow.
Us Knicks fans don't fuck with James Dolan, though, bro.
James Dolan.
We don't fuck with James
And
Dolan.
I'm pretty
he
upset.
tried to kick out Spike fucking Lee.
No,
bro.
he just said Spike Lee has to go through the same entrance as everybody else. Like,
Why?
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 Fuck
That's
that, man.
stupid.
That's $30 million,
Fuck James
bro.
Dolan.
Fuck James Dolan, bro.
Listen,
We don't fuck
I'm
with
gonna only
him.
say fuck James Dolan because at the end of the day, that as Knicks fans, we were greedy. We could have waited to get Melo the next year in that free agency. This nigga sold his soul and most of the team to get one player. Granted, Melo worked out in the short term for us because we made the playoffs. We got Jason Kidd. We had Rashard Lewis. I mean, not Rashard Lewis. Rasheed Wallace and everything. We was doing good. We had Chauncey Billups. He could have waited. Like, we were winning without Melo. We had a good ass record. Knicks fans
the
was
hell
like,
we wasn't.
yes, we was, nigga. We had a winning record.
We were not winning. We were not winning without Melo.
What-
We
you
were
wanna-
getting dropped off in the first season, swept by the Nets. What are you talking about?
When we had Amari Stoudemire on the team, nigga, we had a winning record.
No, yeah. Before Melo got there,
we had a
before Melo
winning
got
record.
there, and they traded everybody
Nigga,
for Melo and
you
Chauncey.
talking about somebody
they were
that
winning.
studied? Yeah,
They
I
were winning.
studied the Knicks because I was saying it before they even did it. Like, they could have waited for Melo, and they would have still had Wilson Chandler. They would have had Gallinari. They had a Raymond Felton in his prime doing what he had to do. Like, not saying like he was busting ass in his prime, but he wasn't a fat nigga like he was in OKC
Tavia?
and all the other teams that he was
he's not back
playing at. Like, we had an in-shape Raymond Felton killing. You had Gallinari killing. You had Wilson Chandler killing. You had Amari actually playing defense and out here giving niggas, what was it, 20-something, 30-something? So in a sense of, in a sense of, we could have waited. Even if we would have lost and not made the playoffs, we had a star coming in Melo. He already said he wanted to play in New York. We could have helped out. We could have helped out, kept all the pieces that we had, and put those pieces around Melo. And it wasn't.
And I agree with you.
We had.
I agree
we
with
had
you. But
Cap.
to play devil's advocate, hold up.
Yeah, I
But
want you to play devil's advocate.
You wait and go into the free agency to try to get Melo.
It's not. He
Right?
already said he wanted to go. It wasn't like he
Okay,
was
a lot
going
of people
somewhere else.
say they want to do a lot of things, but if the money is right and there's a chance of winning a championship, you gonna go to the New York Knicks?
Yeah, the pieces
Think
that they
about
had,
that.
they had young pieces that they
Bro.
could have built with, and then at the same token, they would have had Melo and them pieces still. So Melo wouldn't have had to burn himself out as much as he did in New York. And we still had young cores that was busting ass, that was giving niggas buckets. We had a winning record that year. We was gonna make the playoffs in the East because the East was doo-doo. You had the Bucks make the playoffs. Them niggas was 40 and 42. and the AC, nigga. So you mean to tell me a winning record Knicks with young core killing? The only old person on that team was Amari. Like, and then we could.
But you're talking about the same Knicks team that always fumbles in free agency. You really thought we would have got Melo in free agency?
He already
Tell me about
he
it,
already
bro.
pinpointed that he said. First of all, he re-signed in the era in the time where people was like he needs to leave and go to Chicago Bulls and play with Derrick Rose. So in the sense of that, like they wanted him to go play with Derrick Rose, and he stayed. New York has money. New York. Oh, New York had money to get him.
Hey,
Hey.
So New York.
Matt.
Yo, we gotta edit that part when my number came up.
Oh, yeah.
I said the same thing, Tavia. I said the same thing.
Matt, are you in?
Thank you.
Yo, Matt.
They lost him too?
Yeah, I'm not missing another episode, y'all, because I can't do this phone.
Everybody get iPhones and just FaceTime. Put you in the chair.
Man, I can't get an iPhone, bro. Fuck that. I'll never have an iPhone.
But yeah, like I was saying though,
yeah,
in the sense of Matt playing devil's advocate, you got to be senseless and you got to facts. Melo already said he wanted to go to New York, and the time that he wanted to go to New York wasn't irrelevant. Like New York was still relevant to the point where you had stars want to go there. Like
New York is always gonna be relevant because of the
I
market
mean,
there.
Yeah, the market.
You know?
But
No
as
matter how
playing
much we suck, we can
as
win
playing
9
as the
games
Knicks,
in a
as playing
season,
as the Knicks, I think they got the fucking virus because everybody looking at it like, nah, I ain't going there. Like before when we had that young core, it would have been good because I wanted to see. We basically gave the whole team because when Melo went to the bench, who was there?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right,
we could have still had like all the people in Melo there. We would have had Wilson Chandler. We would have had the Gallinari. We would have had the Felton. And we still kept Amari Stoudemire, but we'd have had. And then on top of that, we wound up getting Tyson Chandler in free agency. We would have been good. We would have had a rotation. We'd have had people coming off the bench to score.
Wait, we're talking about when he came in 2011?
Yeah, I what I said is we should have waited instead of doing that trade because he already said his contract was up the end of that year. We were winning.
Yeah, we should have waited.
We should have
We
waited.
were doing pretty good.
Yeah,
we were doing pretty good that season with Amari and crying ass Raymond Felton.
Yeah, but that's when Raymond Felton was in
pretty
shape. Good. Yeah, like you can't Matt talking about no because people go back and back then people wasn't really going back. The only one person that really went back on his word was LeBron, who said he didn't want to ring chase and go to a different team. He wanted to bring it to Cleveland. But in a sense, I get it. He was frustrated, but that was a dick move. Like, especially making a whole hour-long show just to say, I'm going to play in Miami. I'm going to South Beach.
Taking my talents to South Beach.
I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Like, what? Nigga, you waited an hour show for this? And I remember that. I was playing ball that day, too.
I remember that shit, too, bro.
Yeah, but the thing with Melo is the Knicks, we were impatient. Like, we are Knicks fans. We wanted it. So we felt like getting Melo over here would have been the piece, but we gave so much up that we fucked ourselves over. Yeah, like, in Cleveland.
Todd talking about these sad-ass niggas.
In Cleveland.
I
Cleveland.
Too, bro.
In Cleveland. But it's the same thing. But it's better in Brooklyn because they didn't give nobody up but fucking D-Lo.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
talking about now. Yeah.
So it's like, but now we as Nets fans now, like we kind of like the Knicks, but we in a good place because if we don't make the playoffs, we get a high draft pick, and we still got a healthy KD coming back and whatever the fuck Kyrie wants to do with himself, like, cause this nigga's a drama queen. Like, I like Kyrie and I like the level of intensity he plays. If it wasn't for him, I don't think Braun would have won that ring in Cleveland. Like, he played a big part. JR hit some clutch shots, but the way he acted now, like he real
like a bitch.
acting like real drama queen. It's like, bro, play basketball, provide for the team that gave you all this money. Like, play your heart out. I understand you're injured, that's cool. Take that time off, and this works because now there's no NBA, so you get to heal up. The team is not losing. No, y'all niggas need to be practicing together, getting your shit together. You still got the young core people there. I like Allen. We still got Dunwoody. We got Levert. We still got a young core. And then when you bring KD in the aspect, it's going to mesh. Like, we gonna mesh good.
Yeah.
Because KD, KD is a walking bucket. So,
Matt, Tavia. Lost Tavia.
all
right.
I'm still here. No.
Okay. So as we
I'm just gonna take 1 minute, man. We're talking Dynasties. I just have to throw the UFC in there, man. They got stables, they got camps, You know, you got Team Alpha Male. Nah, I'm not gonna put Brock in there, man. You got Team Alpha Male.
We said Dynasties. We're not talking about single people, bro.
I would say single people.
You got Team Alpha Male. You got the Black Zillions. You got Greg and Winklejohn. My best one, my dynasty right here is AKA Team AKA American Kickboxing Academy. You have Cain Velasquez, 2-time heavyweight champion. Daniel Cormier, one-time Grand Prix heavyweight champion. One-time UFC heavyweight champion. 2-time light heavyweight champion. You got Luke Rockhold, middleweight champion. Also, he's dating Demi Lovato. You got Tyrone Spong.
That guy's the champion of the world.
You got Tyrone Spong. He's like a 12-time kickboxing champion. So right there, that camp, Team AKA is my dynasty in the UFC. Had to throw that in there. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So, as we wrap this up a little bit, again, thank everybody for being on. I know a bit rough trying to get the phone and stuff in, and we were promised to cut out that he or she who's not will be named phone number that came up. We will not do that to her or him.
Or him. Also, this episode just really like signified coronavirus because we had problems with the
right. Yeah. We got all corona'd up.
It was symbolic.
All corona'd up.
He was all over the place.
I'd like to thank our guests.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. I wish everybody was here. So this is a lovely debate podcast about sports.
You should be happy that I wasn't there.
Nah, I want you to be here. What you was gonna do, man? What you was gonna do?
You speaking bullshit.
Nah, I want you to be here. I want
you. You double team James Harden. You should be ashamed.
I went double team. There's been plenty of teams.
Hold on. Tavia, you didn't hear that, right?
Oh, first of all, it's been plenty.
Hold on. Shh. Tavia. Tavia.
Yep.
Did you hear? You didn't hear what Lauren said, right? Lawrence,
no, what he said.
Lawrence said, no, you shut up. You don't speak.
I'm going to tell her I wouldn't double team James Harden.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't double team James Harden.
There's been plenty of teams that beat James Harden without double teaming him.
0 teams have beat James Harden.
Yes, they have.
0 teams have beat James Harden without double teaming.
That's like saying every
Can you show me clips?
That's like, yeah.
Okay.
After this, I got you.
Yeah, show me clips of teams throughout the whole game
just let him
not
shoot.
double teaming James Harden.
They just let him shoot and brick like he do, and then we're not even going to mention.
Are you talking about his cold games when he had a couple game cold streak?
We're not even talking about the finals. But then you going to mention his hot streaks. You cannot.
They never made the finals.
I mean, not his finals, his playoffs. Like you can't. Like it's been regular games in the playoffs. Like he done shot the fucking. He done made Gotham podcast here. Like so, it's been games that he shot bricks.
You're wild.
It hasn't been games in the playoffs where
no, I'm not saying that, but you're wild.
Regular season,
we gotta have Lawrence more often, bro.
Yo, how do you not double team James Harden?
You act because he gets like you could double him or whatever, he's still gonna get his buckets.
Yo, if you was a coach, James Harden would itch that ass every chance he got.
The whole game.
Nah, I mean, of course, depending on his night.
Shit,
Mike D'Antoni got the best tempo.
You on some Mike D'Antoni shit over here? But we call Mike no D'Antoni. Mike no D'Antoni, bro.
Mike Antoni, no D.
I know no D at all, bro.
No D.
It's wilding, bro.
Hey,
you know what? We'll start. We'll talk about that too next episode. We'll bring that up next episode.
Yeah,
but I want to let you guys know what the next episode is going to be about now, so everybody can get prepared. We're going to do women's sports and how it's changed within the last 30 years.
Women's History Month, baby.
For Women's History, we did not forget the ladies. I was thinking about this building up, and also got the idea as well from a group. Shout out to. No Holds Barred wrestling group who it was a newer group, but she basically gave me an idea and advanced the idea that I was gonna have anyway. So, but yes, at least 30 years of women's sports, or just in women's sports in general, and how it has changed from beginning or the early stages up until now. What it's looking like now, we're covering all sports and everything that. For the most part, we want to talk about everything you guys want to hear. We're going to cover that for the next episode. So, Get your thoughts and ideas ready, everybody. Get your questions ready, everybody, because we're gonna ask you guys questions throughout the week, and we'll answer them on the podcast. We just need to make sure y'all answer the damn questions. But I tell y'all to ask the fucking questions on Instagram.
No,
have me asking them
Facebook
fucking
too.
questions that y'all not answering. All right?
No, we're
cool.
we're
Not
posting
y'all,
on Facebook
not y'all,
too.
but I'm talking about the people on Instagram. So
in other words, this is going to be an episode where we're going to get yelled at by Tavia throughout the whole show. That's pretty much what I'm getting at.
no, we're not going to get yelled at. Tavia's not going to yell at us.
Just don't say nothing dumb. She won't yell at you.
Stupid shit. She's not going to yell at us.
Just don't be a dick.
Right.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie.
I can't make that. I can't make that promise.
Listen. You did good enough when we
So
were
y'all
doing.
gonna get yelled at then.
Right. Matt, you're gonna get us all yelled at because Matt doesn't know how to say the right shit. No, but I'm gonna give
I don't
Matt,
know how I'm not
gonna
gonna
lie.
mansplain this.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know
I'm gonna give Matt a lot of credit. When we did our WNBA episode for the Four Quarters podcast, Matt was really good on that episode. He was, playing around saying he was gonna be like a sexist and stuff like that, but he really wasn't. Matt was really good on that WNBA episode.
Absolutely. We're going to
He
talk
was
about
great.
women's sports. Y'all brought up Brittany Griner a few times.
Yeah, Brittany
She's
Griner,
gonna
you right here.
Right.
You right
She's
here.
going to be heavily featured on, that episode.
You better have Lisa Leslie on it. You cannot
Lisa
talk about
Leslie,
women's
hell yeah.
basketball and not have
Not just
Lisa
women,
Leslie.
not just women's basketball. We
Nah,
were talking about
Layla Ali.
We were talking about all sports.
Women's
Layla
MMA,
Ali. We talking
boxing.
about
Layla Ali
Ronda
is-
Rousey.
Layla Ali
soccer.
look good
We're
as
gonna
shit.
talk
Oh
about
my
Mia
God.
Hamm. We're gonna talk about all of that.
Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah.
We
The
got
Williams
you, man.
sisters.
The Williams sisters in
Williams
tennis.
sisters.
Absolutely. Can't
Yeah.
forget about them.
So get ready.
Sexy asses.
Hell yeah.
Here you go.
Man, they stacked.
So
What?
And Matt, you going to get in trouble, bro.
you gotta suck them toes to get out of
Bro,
trouble.
she thinks the same thing.
Yo, she ain't denying on my birthday that night neither, Matt. So
What?
she ain't denying
What?
that you be sucking them toes. She just started laughing, nigga. I was in the
All
car.
right.
Stop
Yo,
fucking lying.
I
Nigga.
was in the
Cut
car.
that shit
I
out.
was
So
in-
damn, I ain't sucking nobody's toes. You gotta
When,
cut that
when we
shit out.
was looking like some sexy marshmallows at the Beat the Bomb shit, she ain't denying. I don't know, man. I'm on your side though, but I don't know, man.
That's tough.
She looked like she was ready to fuck Lawrence up though.
Who?
We had to save.
She always look like she about to fuck something up. That's not. That's no
Yo, it
different.
wasn't my fault that the spot
Her
didn't
and
have
Simone, they
alcohol.
was tight, boy.
Simone wanted food though, cause Simone didn't eat all day, and I rock with Simone.
Bro, I can't imagine. Like I said, I can't imagine you put Tavia, Talia, Simone, Amanda in like one faction. Oh my god! Like
They beating up everybody. They're the
everybody.
Nexus.
They
They
beating
coming
up
out there
niggas,
every
too. They
match.
beating up
Like,
niggas.
yeah.
especially Captain Falcon on the phone over here.
Oh,
Yo, Tavia,
she
you
from
definitely
Brooklyn, son.
Tavia,
You already
you gotta
know.
definitely. I know. You gotta get your daughter in the anime like My Hero Academia. The hero I was talking about, All Might. Like that's you too.
she loves anime.
So
My daughter.
have her watch My Hero Academia. The hero All Might. It's definitely you. It's like Captain Falcon times 10. like
I got you.
it's crazy. But for the living legend, one word, Mr. Larry Morgan, the modern day Magi.
One word.
For Mr.
Hit it from the wee wee.
you know what, motherfucker? I can't wait.
her.
I can't wait.
Hit her, hit it, or hit something with
I
the
hit
wee
it.
wee.
I hit it. I hit it. Hit it with the wee wee.
Clap them cheeks.
clap them riding cheeks.
Yo,
Four.
man.
For make him say,
Fuck you, Dre.
Romeo
Fuck
Miller
you,
looking
Dre.
ass nigga.
BK Matt Miller.
Look,
He
you got
gonna
one
ride.
more
He gonna
time
ride
to
down
come
for
from
Philly
my
in his
neck,
little
boy.
tank.
Looking like Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy. Stop
Who
fucking with
looking
me,
like
man.
you look like the
Told
other
you.
nigga that was with him, the little Chihuahua dog, nigga.
Well,
Looking like one of those shits off of Rocco's Modern Life. You better stop it, nigga. Out here looking like
As long
Allen
as you
Houston when he
never
had braids, nigga. Yo, stop playing
Yo,
with me.
we all telling our age with these fucking cartoons, bro.
Yo, he said Allen Houston when he had braids. I'm out. So,
Well, at least it's
I'm
not
not
like Jim
like you,
Jones.
don't do that.
shh. For the queen, Tavia, aka Queen Captain Falcon,
cool.
Brooklyn's finest. You already
Brooklyn's
know.
finest,
Super
aka
mom.
aka almost slapped somebody in the street the other day.
AKA.
Oh,
AKA,
but
thank you for being a friend. Travel down
oh.
back again.
I'm sorry. Got to do some house cleaning before we finish. Shout outs to Cats and Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Shout outs to the Jobber Tears podcast. Shout out to us, the Yerrr Sports Show. Shout outs to the Big Four. Shout outs to what's it called? Inside the Indies. We got some things, real toxic things coming up. From what I know, I can't give you my source, but I know.
Rest in peace, Toxic Talk.
Yeah, rest in peace. You know that was a great
Rest in peace, Toxic Talk. We got some
loved
events
it.
coming up. Corona or no Corona, we partying still. This weekend coming up, March 22nd at Taj Lounge, the greatest brunch
Of all time.
of all time. Also, the belt wrestling jackets and belts brunch going down the same place, the same time. Make sure you RSVP'd. We will keep posting the link. Make sure you RSVP. It's going to be a good time. All of the Jobber Tears Network will be there. It will also be the legendary Jobber Tears podcast 100th episode. Yes, they were not 100th episode. Can you believe it?
It's a live feed, right? Yeah, it's gonna
It's a
be
lot, and it's going to be a live
Live feed,
podcast,
yeah, hell
so
yeah.
you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
The Raj God is going to be there. Chiseled Adonis.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
He's going to be there. Y'all saw Meredith Bell singing Chris Jericho theme at AEW. Guess what? She going to be there too. Like I said, all of us from all the podcasts will be there. It's going to be a good time.
Larry
Don't
gonna be
let
on time for once.
No, he probably won't. But
Probably won't.
but like I said, don't let this Corona stuff scare you too much. Everybody still be safe. Still do what you guys have to do.
Wash your hands,
Wash
man.
your hands. Wash your
Hey,
body.
get the fuck out of the damn grocery store.
Wipe your ass. How
Wash
about
your
that
body.
one?
Wash that ass.
Wash that
That's
ass.
it, man.
Sanitize your hands. All that good stuff. Again, don't let this virus scare you off from living your life.
That's a fact.
It's, like I said, it's
Can I say
Shit,
something?
let this virus scare you. Motherfuckers need to be scared. Come on.
Can I
They just took all the toilet
It's real
tissue,
out
bro.
there.
before we get out
They
of
took
here,
all the
Real
toilet
out
tissue.
there.
let's say one
They
thing.
take all the toilet tissue. You know, people are so dumb. People are so
They
dumb.
took all the
I'm
toilet
so
tissue.
dumb.
I couldn't get no
You know what it-
Dawn, no
it's
Lori,
scary.
nothing.
It's scary.
They took
It's
everything.
scary because it shows you how many people don't really wash their damn hands.
right. Which is why
Well,
that's
or they
why I'm
like-
for the most. Like I said, I understand the seriousness of it, but at the same time, if it's scaring you out of living your life, then now it has control over you, and half the people
But if
don't
you
even got
get
it.
if you get the corona, like what type of life you gonna have for the next 2 weeks?
I get you, but we playing, but you gotta be positive about it. You can't be like, you can't.
Yeah,
be,
all right.
Yeah, all right. She said,
Nah,
yeah, all right.
Look,
Yeah.
Queen,
They
Queen
got
Captain
the mentality,
Falcon
run,
has
bitch,
spoken.
run.
Right.
I got them in, no, let me tell you something. I'm ready. I'm ready for
You
this.
ready to
This
currency
motherfucker's
yourself
gonna
in the
start doing
crib?
Walking
stuff.
Dead, that's
I'm
what she
ready.
ready.
I'm ready.
Tavia coming to the
I've
brunch
been-
with her
it's like I've been waiting
hazmat.
for this.
Yeah, Tavia
I'm
coming with
like,
her
oh, put my hands on
hazmat.
people.
I'm coming with my
Oh,
Ghostbusters
got you.
costume on to the brunch and shit like that, you know.
Yeah. So
Walking into the
we
brunch
still
with a
got
face mask.
and we still got a lot of good things going on with the Jobber Tears Network. We still, as of now, have our WrestleMania viewing party.
As of now.
As of now,
As of
if
now.
not, it's gonna turn into a slap boxing tournament.
If
Hosting it.
not, niggas getting chops. Sean, you getting those chops.
Oh,
That niggas
I'm
gave me
sorry.
chops on my
I'm sorry.
birthday.
Oh, happy early birthday to our boy. It's late.
Oh, mine. Oh no, Sean's. Yeah, Sean's. Happy early birthday, to
Happy
Sean.
to Sean Green.
Sean Green,
We're gonna
yeah.
chop the fuck out of you
Oh, yeah.
during the brunch.
I ain't forget.
call
Y'all
that
niggas
nigga
that
Hershey.
chopped me. Niggas
Call
that
Hershey.
chopped me on my birthday. Y'all thought it was sweet. I'm coming for y'all. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to Dre's birthday. Fuck a 90s theme. You getting a chop theme. Nigga. Everybody walk through the door, shot and chop.
That
Let's go.
90s party was popping.
That was popping.
that
Shout
shit
out
was
to my
so
girlfriend
lit, bro.
Amanda for
Yeah, shout
surprising
out.
me.
So shout out to
That was-
Amanda.
that
She
was
put
dope.
that together. You were surprised when you walked
I
in.
was. We'll talk about it on another episode how I was just walking blindly and I was scared to fall
This
down.
nigga
the
was-
steps.
Oh, I remember. We seen the silhouette. He was.
Right.
He had his arms
It
out. and
was
shit.
narrow. I felt like I couldn't get to the door. But again, for everybody at the Jobber Tears Network, I'd like to thank you guys for supporting us, supporting the rest of the podcast. Keep supporting us. Keep supporting everything that we do. We will keep sending out bangers for you guys. And again, thank you for listening. No, there's no before.
No,
what are you
I
gonna
wanted
say?
to say, I just want to say, thank Yerrr Sports for having me on. Thank you for Matt for being in Philly, not being able to make it so I get to take his place. You don't need a booster seat for me to sit in a chair.
Ooh.
I like to appreciate T for having me on the show.
I'm pretty sure y'all reached the weight capacity of that room. Thanks to Lawrence and his big ass nose.
Nah.
Go ahead.
You said my nose, I got the Triple H nose.
Keep talking, Nick.
Listen, that's why niggas be braiding your hair now.
I got him lined up.
You got niggas braiding. I like to thank T for having me on. The modern day Maharaja over here.
Magi.
No, Magi,
man. It's Egyptian, not
thank Larry for having me.
Punjab.
And my brother from another mother, effing you, brother, Big Baby, for having me in here. It was a real little sprinkle cats and dogs / toxic talk episode here about sports, because we quarantined in this motherfucker for like 2 hours.
We're definitely not quarantined.
Quarantined.
But like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, we will keep sending out bangers. Just because the sports have stopped, that doesn't mean we will.
We here.
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here every week. No. Somebody asked me about After the Yerrr. That will come back soon. There's not much to talk about on After the Yerrr right now, but when I will post something on Instagram soon about it. Subscribe to subscribe to YouTube, the Job Taste Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Yerrr Sports Show. Follow us on Facebook, the Yerrr Sports Show and Yerrr Sports Show group page. Jump in the conversation. For everybody, again, it's your boy Big Baby signing off.